Hi.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl.
Girl.
I coughed. That was so funny. It caught me off guard.
Girl, that was hilarious.
Are we recording?
I am up. Okay, I'm up to a milestone in Adventure Time, and that is James fucking Baxter.
James Baxter.
James Baxter. It's such a nice episode, isn't it?
Yeah, it makes you wish that, like, any name would sound that nice.
I know. I mean, it's amazing.
Fran Kilshaw.
Goetz.
Yeah,
No, it doesn't work. Does it? It's James Baxter. I mean, what I think is lovely and really interesting about it is that the whole premise of the episode basically is that it's this horse that it kind of bounces around on a beach ball on its hind legs, like rolls itself around, and it just kind of like whinnies its name in a horse voice, and like that formula for whatever reason makes people really happy, and that's the premise of the episode. But what was amazing about it was that it was making me really happy. It was putting me in a good mood. I found it really charming. And it's amazing that something that kind of rudimentary worked on me.
Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes the simplest stuff can just give you the most pleasure, you know?
And I think that was the point of the episode. It was a really nice
Yeah.
Adventure Time can be
To be fair, yeah, that's like
that
most
was-
of Adventure Time. I get so much pleasure out of just that one clip of probably one of my favorite clips with the cow, and Finn is like, "Take that bag off your udder. You're beautiful, girl." And then
Oh, yeah.
she takes off the bag, and it's like this really ugly face on her udder, and this fox is like, "Yo, put that bag back on."
Poor cow.
But then you've got like, I mean, Adventure Time does make me really happy usually, don't get me wrong, but you've got like Lemon Grab and
I get
Fuck.
so much joy out of lemon crab.
Loudest podcast. We've killed everyone.
he is a horrible character. Like, he's like fucking nightmare fuel. And also there's the whole, you were talking earlier, Greer, about the theory that it's set in a post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah.
It's a dark show. So yeah, James Baxter the horse, that's just a kind of unashamedly happy episode. And also anything BMO is good.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna keep telling you this until you watch it. You need to watch, if you're loving Adventure Time this much, you need to watch Steven Universe.
Oh, yeah.
It's
that.
not that long right now. I think it's still in like its first season. But like, you should watch that show. It is really good. It's another one of those like semi-dark kind of kids shows, because they do actually like go into certain like the whole reason. The plot of Steven Universe is that there are these three girls, the Crystal Gems, who like kind of protect the Earth or whatever, and the fourth one was this woman, but she died, so she the son ended up being part of this group because he has a special power and a gem on him or whatever.
No, that's
So it's like these three women and this short little fat kid.
See, that I really, really like that as a premise, because you don't normally, like, usually even things with good female characters, it's still like the majority of them are men. So it's nice that the kind of balance has been redressed a bit.
Yeah, it's just good. It's a good show. There's one episode that was like really sad where like I think
Aww.
Steven started like aging really fast, like forwards, and because Crystal Gems can't die of old age, so there was like some point where like something happened where he was just like aging super fast at like a super fast rate, and they're like trying to stop it, and then they start like crying, like everyone starts crying because he's aging and he's gonna die, and I'm like, this is really dark.
Aww.
What is going on?
Feels, that's what's going
Yeah.
on.
Big time feels. I mean, that's the thing though, like the best kids shows aren't afraid of, like, a really good example of this is like occasionally there are episodes of Hey Arnold that are tragic. Like, really.
Yeah.
Like Helga is just, like, if you actually watch the show, like, one of the most tragic characters on television. Like, her relationship with her parents and her,
Her relationship with life is just so sad. Like,
yeah, oh yeah, totally. I mean, like,
Wanna hug her.
she's the most, like, she's so kind of pent up and repressed and just has all this misery that comes out in, like, anger, just real, like, deep down anger at the world. And it's like, you even get that as a little kid. Like, you might not be able to put it into words, but you get it. And,
Yeah.
like, that's good, like, smart stuff for a kid show. And then it can also do, like, episodes where they're like, downtown is fruits.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
We're stuck downtown. I have a strawberry, and we don't have any money.
but
What are we
It's
gonna
probably
do?
my favorite line from any children's show is that line.
it's just the way Gerald delivers it as well. And also I like Helga's name for Gerald, like, is just Tall Hair Boy.
Oh yeah, hair boy. That's harsh.
Football head and tall hair boy. And then she's got her fists, old Betsy in the Five Avengers. Fucking love
Avengers, you mean so like one finger's Hawkeye, one finger's Iron Man, one finger's Captain America.
Oh, that's kind of awesome.
That would be really awesome.
Speaking of Marvel,
Yeah, speaking of Avengers.
we're gonna talk about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for the last time.
Well, at least until the second season.
Until the
starts.
second season.
Yes,
Someone's caught up.
I got caught up last night because I'd been putting it off and because I'd been busy and I kept forgetting. Like, okay, I gotta watch him tonight. So I watched him.
And
I was thoroughly satisfied, actually.
hooray!
I still hate Ward. Like, he doesn't deserve any sort of sympathy from me at all. And I hope they arrested him, so that means he's probably gonna come back next season, which pisses me off so much.
He's probably, you know what?
I want
bet
him
it'll be-
dead. I want him in the ground.
I bet it'll. You know what? Oh my god! I bet it'll be like he does come back, and it's like he'll have changed, and then like they'll fall back in love, and then he'll die.
Oh my god, they don't need to fall in love. I hope Joss Whedon didn't pull that shit. He tried to murder her multiple times.
Yeah, but he's so cute.
But
and
he
she's-
is a murderer. He's a killer. He's a creep. He's a dick. I hate him. And he's not anything without Bill Paxton. He is nothing. Which is
Didn't
like
you
what
love-
Coulson was saying, like, you're gonna go to jail now that Bill Paxton's character is dead. He's like, now that Garrett's gone, you're like nothing. Because Garrett, like, molded you to be who you are right now.
Yeah, sad but true. Didn't you love like what is it? He's like Garrett's like dying.
Those last two, that last episode, Bill Paxton just went fucking nuts.
Well, that's because he got like supercharged and all of his senses were in overdrive.
They were talking to this U.S. like general. Okay, this is the best part of the episode.
Government man from the government.
Government man from the government. Fran, this is why you need to watch this show. Bill Paxton comes in, he's like, oh yeah, he's like acting fucking bonkers, by the way.
Because he had just been like.
He goes up to this really high-ranking U.S. general, punches him through the stomach, puts his hand in this guy's body, rips his rib straight out of his body, and then stabs the guy with his own rib.
Forgot about that.
Oh, that's sick.
It's amazing. I never thought I'd see that in my life, ever.
I'm sorry, but the best part of that was at the end when like he's dying again, so he goes and finds the robo-skeleton and like gets supercharged, and he starts to give this like evil villainous monologue.
You think that this is going towards something, but then Coulson's like, nah.
Yeah, and then he explodes, and Coulson's like, "Hey, that thing does work."
Guys. Sorry, stop the presses. I have just read in a newspaper.
Wow.
Oh my god.
I know, right? I can read. No, guys, seriously.
No, that newspaper still exists.
Okay, I'm sorry, I can't. I've got to send you this link. I've got to send you this link. This is insane. You need to stop what you're doing.
Stop Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. right now.
Oh, wait, I want to say something about Fitz and Simmons, because they were really cute.
Oh, holy... Alright, okay, but you're going to be sorry when you see this.
Those scenes with them were, like, the greatest. Oh my god. Oh no.
This is why we can't have nice things in the world.
That's terrible.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Do you want to talk about this, Fran, for those who can't see this?
Oh my god.
Alright, this headline. Sainsbury's shows shoppers how to get the slave look with 12 years a slave display mannequin. In today's Independent, it says, this year's Oscar-winning films undoubtedly made an impact on high street fashion.
Has it?
Oh my fuck! No, it hasn't.
Oh, it's talking about like Wolf of Wall Street and shit like that, but I didn't know that had done that either. So
it says. I mean, and this is questionable, like you say, from the bejeweled 70s dresses of American Hustle to the 90s.
People are wearing that shit. Nobody's wearing any of these things.
No. But more importantly, what the fuck were they thinking? The slave look.
Oh my god, and there's holes in the shirt and the pants.
So, yeah, that's the thing. You know that it's not a mistake. You know that it's not a mistake. This is something... This is intended. This is something...
So does this mean they're gonna re-release Schindler's List with a, Holocaust look, too?
yeah.
Like, what the fuck? I hate people. I hate the world.
United 93 with a gas mask. Like... I mean, the idea that one person thought this was acceptable is baffling. But
even over there, where you guys didn't have fucking slavery.
We have slavery.
I know, but not the slavery that's in 12 Years a Slave.
Oh, well, no, maybe not
that. Not the slavery I'm talking about.
Okay, alright.
I mean, you guys did it, but I mean, it's part of our history, so thanks. Anyway.
Oh my... I'm so disgusted right now, like, oh my god.
But it just, I mean, yeah, the idea that an entire sales team thought that this was acceptable, I mean, it's, that is so strange to me. I would also
I love, in the article, it says, looking defiantly summer ready.
Oh yeah, the mannequin wears a loose-fitting holey beige shirt and black trousers, completing the look with a twig in the front pocket. What?
Amazing.
That might have been in the movie, I don't remember, but I'm surprised it doesn't come with whiplash.
This is some Song of the South shit right here.
Oh my god.
It's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but...
It's the worst.
Living in the place that I live in, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen.
But we shouldn't be doing this shit. Like.
Oh, I know that. I'm not saying that, but.
Oh, no, I know you're not defending it, but I just can't believe you could have possibly seen anything worse. I mean, this is unbelievable. I mean,
listen. In the article, it says a spokesperson for Sainsbury said, "We can only apologize. It's been taken down from the Hayford Hill store and clearly should never have gone up in the first place."
Probably some fucking underpaid worker down there in the middle of the night being like, I'm bored.
Like, let's find a creative way of getting fired.
Oh my god.
This is someone that wanted to quit their job in a kind of Doug Walker style.
Yeah.
Sort
no
of
way.
Defiant.
Hold it. Stop it.
They're gonna end up that guy with the glasses.
Like, I'm just at the point in my life now where something like this that's so offensive, I just have to laugh. Like, it's funny.
No, stop for a second. What you just said is completely wrong, Fran. There's a big difference between, like, going fuck you to your... There's a big difference between going fuck you to your company and going fuck you to common decency.
Oh no, Georgia, that was a joke.
That's not funny. This has really pissed me off, this thing. Like, oh my god. Like, what the fuck? Are we gonna have, like, I don't know, intolerance outfits where, like, you can get the KKK Klan's mask and stuff like that?
Yes.
Like, what the fuck?
I
the Birth of a Nation Blu-ray that comes with the KKK robes and hood.
Georgia, like, I seriously think, Georgia, like, I can understand why you're pissed off, but this is a real, like, anomaly. Do you know what I mean? This.
No, I know it is. I'm sure the store's very nice, but still, that's just horrible.
Oh no, I mean it is horrible. It's completely mad. It's completely mad. But
I need to change the topic because I'm disgusted.
Did you want to talk about Fitz and Simmons?
Anymore.
Yeah, talk about Fitz and Simmons. That'll make you feel all like fuzzy and warm again.
Yeah, Fitz and Simmons. They've never been my favorite characters. Like, I don't hate them. I never hated them, but they've never been my favorite. But like, their stuff at the end when they're stuck in that container.
Yeah, they think they're going to die, like, for that whole last episode, and it's really sad.
Fran, what it is like they both got stuck in this container that's been sent to the physical bottom of the ocean with like minimal oxygen.
You know who did it? Fucking Ward, because he's an asshole.
Why did Ward do that?
Because he's Hydra.
He's evil.
Oh, Ward's evil. Ward's part of Hydra.
Yeah.
Ha!
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Technically, he works for Bill Paxton, who was with Hydra.
So has Ward always been evil?
Yeah.
Supposedly, yeah.
And so with no like redeeming features, no kind of, and it's not like
really. They showed a flashback of him, and it's like apparently he went like he was in jail when he was like I guess like 15 or some shit, and Bill Paxton got him out because like Bill Paxton heard of him, like he had gone AWOL at some training facility and burned a house down or some shit.
It's family top.
Something like that, I don't know. So anyway, Bill Paxton drops him off in the middle of the woods and say like, okay, I'm gonna come and see you again in like a couple months. And he comes back in like a few months or whatever, and Ward's, fine, because he's like, you have to learn that, you have to get this on your own. So
Survival of the...
somehow, so it's Ward and some dog, and like they're hanging out in the woods, and Ward has raided a bunch of cabins and, shit like that. And then finally, Bill Paxton's like, yeah, you've been accepted to S.H.I.E.L.D.'s, whatever division. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. And Bill Paxton's like, but you can't attach yourself to anything. You can't, you have to be ready to just not attach yourself to anyone or anything. Where it's like, all right, cool. And so, yeah, so Bill Paxton literally says the line, all right, you go take care of Buddy, and I'll go wait by the car. And then Ward's like, excuse me? And then Bill Paxton's like, it's not a weakness, is it? And he's like, no, sir. So he has to go fucking shoot the dog that he spent years with. I'm like, I was joking about that. I'm like, in the middle of the episode, I'm like, yeah, and now your last task, kill the dog. And then he actually had to kill the dog, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, it is pretty dark.
Do you get the impression with Ward that he is...
These are all spoilers, by the way. If you've not seen the last episode of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I don't really care about it getting spoiled. I will watch it eventually, but...
You should watch it. It gets great around episode, 10-ish. It's really good.
Do you get the impression that Ward is emotionally torn? Like, he doesn't know whose side he's on anymore?
He has emotions?
Yeah, really. I mean, you can tell that he's, it's he's 3/4 of the way evil, but then there's a quarter of him that's like, oh yeah, I do care about these people.
I'd say that too, because there was a point where Fitz was just like, I thought you were our friend. He's yelling at him, and you could sort of see him being conflicted. But I'm sorry, Ward.
But despite him being conflicted, I still don't feel sorry for him.
No, I know, but Ward started with no emotions and he's ended with no emotions.
Exactly.
So I don't know.
I hate him. I hated him from the start. As a character, I didn't fucking like him when he was a good guy.
That's a great twist, though.
It is a good twist, but, because they were leading up to the fact that someone else was going to be the traitor, with Hydra.
They thought it was Brad Dourif, but no.
No, they were I think at a few points they were leading up to, they were almost hinting at the fact that it was Agent May, which I would have gone AWOL over, because I love her so much. But
she's Mulan.
She is Mulan.
Is she Mulan in Once Upon a Time?
No, that's somebody else. I forget her name.
She technically is Super Mulan. She is awesome.
Is she Mulan in the film?
She's not Mulan in any way, but, like, she hasn't been Mulan, but she's, like, a modern-day Mulan. She's fucking awesome.
No, Greer, she voiced Mulan in the cartoon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So cool.
In which cartoon?
The Disney one.
Disney Mulan.
No, that was
cartoon.
Lea Salonga, wasn't it?
No.
Or was that her singing voice?
No,
Yeah,
Lea
that's probably her singing voice, because she can't sing.
Yeah, Lea Salonga, and she also sung for Princess Jasmine, I think, Lea Salonga.
Yeah.
Really? That's so cool.
I know, she's amazing. I fucking love her. In a way, I wish she had been, because it's sort of interesting that, like, you know, that, like, this character is like a woman of color, and yet they have like a really, really talented actress that can also sing, but they're like, nope, you can just do the singing. We're going to cast a white actress to voice this woman of color. That's interesting.
But anyway, so fucking May is awesome. Coulson's still awesome. Nick Fury showed up in the last episode, and that was awesome. He just showed up out of nowhere like an angel descending from the gods.
Well, descending in a
like, here
helicopter.
I am to save everything.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Coulson is great, but it might not last.
I love Coulson.
No, but you saw the ending, right?
Oh, yeah.
Where he's
He was
like
drawn on the wall like a crazy person.
Yeah, he's gonna start cracking.
Because they gave him the drug.
So what happened to Fitz and Simmons then? They were in this...
They're alright.
Nick Fury saved them, just plucked them out of the ocean.
You know what worries me is when Simmons was like, they're like, where's Fitz? Is he okay? And Simmons was like, he's alive. So that leads me to believe that, like, oh my god, what if he's like in a wheelchair? Like, what?
He can't be in a wheelchair. Like,
but
he didn't.
He's
he
like
didn't brush
brain
his leg.
damaged.
Yeah, that might have happened, but he's not. Like, they got saved, but we don't know what happened to him. Like, he might. Yeah, maybe he's in a coma.
You see him at the end of the episode. Simmons is just like, he's alive.
Yeah,
and
we
like,
don't see
okay,
him.
well, they couldn't get the Ian, what's his name, for the end of this episode, I guess. Like, was he?
No, it has to build.
Did he have a lunch?
Build suspense.
It was great though.
He's in a coma, and only Simmons' kiss can wake him.
Yeah, I liked when they were about to die, or like Fitz was like, "Yeah, you gotta take this so that you can live," and Simmons was like, "No, I'm not gonna do that."
Yeah,
and they have this moment where she's like, "No," and he's like, "Yes," and she's like, "No." Like,
no,
and then
really sweet.
And then she
He's
goes
like,
to hug him and then kisses him everywhere but the mouth, which is what I wanted.
She was
Don't
panicking.
you hate that?
No, I thought it was sweet.
I know, but I like really wanted them to, I'm like, just make out. Just please, just make it. Fine. Make out! Like, I was like waiting. I was like really frustrated that it wouldn't happen, and then it still didn't happen.
There was no time for making out. They had to escape and, like, go
They were
live.
gonna die, though. That's what's supposed to happen in cliches, right? People are about to die and they just start making out.
That's true. I loved it, though. It's like there's a little bit of oxygen left. And he's like, you know, here, take this. And she's like, why? And he's like, you know, I've always wanted... I could never tell you how I felt, so I'll just show you. And she's like, no!
I was like crying. That was like...
Oh my god. The feels. All the feels.
It really was, though.
Oh my god. So yeah, it's gonna be back for season 2, and hopefully,
sometime this year, I think. Didn't they say August? Or...
Oh, I don't know. But hopefully, SHIELD will... Like, the organization will get back on its feet now that, Coulson is the new,
Director Coulson.
Yeah.
Nick Fury's like, yeah, you gotta do this now.
Yeah, he's off to go be homeless or something.
Yeah, Nick Fury has to go be homeless and live under a bridge or something for a while.
Oh my god.
God, that was good. That was good. I like that they kind of tied everything. They're like, oh yeah, here's a teaser for season 2. Okay, and now I still have to wait for the Agent Peggy Carter show, but you know, I can wait. I'd rather have Agent Peggy Carter come out faster than see season 2, but
really, really excited about Agent Peggy Carter. I loved that character in Captain America. I loved the crap out of her. And yeah, it'll be great to have a Marvel series with like, yeah, just a really, really like strong female. I mean, not that actually they don't all have strong female presence.
I mean, that's S.H.I.E.L.D. too. I mean, you have Agent May and you have Skye and, you know.
Yeah, but like one, I suppose, one that's like led by a woman, like that'll be cool.
Yeah.
And she's just a great character as well. Like, I mean, she was as memorable as Captain America in that film, and that's not always the case with love interests.
Oh, yes.
Have you guys been watching the series of 24 that's just come out, or I don't know whether
I never watched the original 24, so
that'll be all my friends. Like my best friend Fred is like obsessed with that show, so he's like gonna be all over that shit.
The thing is, I quite like 24. It's gonna be set in London, which I think is sort of interesting, but the Daily Mash, which is a bit like The Onion, it's posted an article that just says, like, next 4 episodes of 24 to take place in a bus queue. Like, yeah, if you live in England, you know that's a pretty distressing experience.
Yeah, I never watched 24. There are a bunch of, like, big TV, like, I never watched 24, I never watched Lost, either. I still haven't watched fucking Firefly. I still haven't watched that. People keep telling me.
I still haven't watched Firefly.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
I feel bad because apparently it's like the pinnacle of television shows, and I'm like,
I feel bad.
I don't even know what it's about.
Why did it get canceled?
Sorry?
I said, well, if it's the pinnacle, why'd it get canceled? Oh, snap.
Fuck. You just pissed off most of the world.
Yep, I was there.
I started watching Firefly, but I was, to be fair, a lot younger, and I couldn't get into it. But everyone says it's brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like something must
be probably like S.H.I.E.L.D., you gotta give it time.
No, but I heard it was amazing from the get-go. Like, it wasn't something that had awkward reviews and then it got better. Like, this was something that was, yeah, pretty much beloved from, like, the first episode. Mm. So I need to give it another shot. I also felt like that about Game of Thrones.
Oh, still gonna watch it. Game of Thrones was really great last night, by the way. I wish Heather was here. Forgot how fucking great it was.
People on my Facebook are freaking out about it.
It was really good. It was good.
You can talk about
it. This season's a good one.
Yay.
Do you think you can talk about it without spoiling it, Greg?
There was, like, 2 characters had sex that I didn't think would have sex just yet.
Oh my.
There was a creepy kiss that I'm like, back away! Don't do it! And then they did it. And then they did it. And I'm like, you need to back up like 20 steps.
Stranger danger, bad touch.
To this character that was creepy. Who I love this character, by the way. But I'm like, you need to back up right now. He's touching her hair, and I'm like, you need to back up. Someone gets thrown down a hole. It was awesome.
Did they get spark kicked? That'd be funny.
I feel like all the kisses on Game of Thrones, I feel like
there are characters that are genuinely in love, but like this was between I'm gonna guess a late 30s man and in context in universe I think a 16-year-old girl.
No.
I don't think the actress is 16, but she must be at least like 22. But
yeah.
Well, yeah, if the character is a teenager or a minor, they can't I don't think they can actually get a minor to do that. They have to like.
No, I think the only thing was
they did it in Lolita. What's stopping them from doing it?
Oh, they did? I don't. Okay, well, I don't know. I'm probably wrong. I don't know.
No, I was just going to mention Lolita because she was 17, so she was over the age of consent, but she just wasn't an adult.
Yeah. This is really creepy territory.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of vague. I think if you're over the age of consent, it's okay.
But yeah, it was weird, and I'm like, you back up, back up, don't do it, and then it happened.
You sound like a guard dog.
And then it happened, and I'm like, oh no, this is gonna be terrible. And then the terrible thing happened, and I'm like, I knew this was gonna happen, but then it was all better.
But Greer, I can completely believe that you actually sat there and watched it and was saying.
I really was. I was. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I totally believe that. I can completely.
Me too.
Oh my god, it was good though. I liked it a lot. Jon Snow keeps getting shafted because no one believes him about the wildlings, and I hate it. I'm like, just believe Jon Snow, please.
I'm just
Tyrion's
really...
still in jail. It sucks.
Okay, alright, spoiler. This is stuff I don't know.
You can't have if there's a character that nobody believes, they can't be believed just yet. You gotta build off that.
Yeah, the wildlings actually have to come and attack before they believe him at all.
I don't know why this reminded me of this, but it's like when Big Bird had the Snuffleupagus, but no one believed him. And every time he tried to introduce Snuffy to his friends on Sesame Street, Snuffy would like go on the
Fucking
floor.
someone please put Jon Snow's head on Big Bird. Please.
Oh, that'd be adorable.
Please.
My friend Audrey just photoshopped. Maybe I could ask
Someone do this and then put Rose Leslie's head on Snuffleupagus. Oh my god, or Mance Rayder, or whatever the fuck.
Giving them ideas.
Oh my god.
You know what's interesting is they finally decided to end that little runner of nobody else being able to see Snuffy, because they were worried that it would introduce the message to children that if they told their parents things, their parents wouldn't believe them.
Uh-huh.
Like, if they told their parents, like, I don't know, like that they were getting abused or something, their parents wouldn't believe them.
Jesus.
So they had to, like, change the message because they're, like, ridiculous.
Of course, the first thought is, like, what if we're causing rape? Like, of course, that's the first thought.
I imagine
guys.
Mm-hmm.
They pretty much try and look at everything from that angle. It's the most PC show on television. I love it.
When you go back and watch, like, I was watching the Fine Brothers do those, like, kids react, teens react kind of shows. They were doing a YouTubers react of really old school Sesame Street. And that show was, like, really mean. like they had this one clip where it was, like, Kermit, this really old school Kermit and really old school Cookie Monster. And Kermit was explaining, like, happiness and anger and sadness. So he had these, like, faces that was like, you know, this is me when it's happy, and then Cookie Monster eats one of the faces, and then Kermit's like, and this is what it's like to be angry, and he just starts yelling at Cookie Monster like, you are an ugly monster, and you are the worst. And
that's because he ate his face.
And then Cookie Monster was sad, and then Kermit was like, and this is what it looks like to feel sad.
Wow.
But, like, he just starts, it's like an abusive relationship with Cookie Monster.
I'm kind of okay with that, though. Like, I like that Sesame Street has a bit of a...
I need to send that to you, because that is...
Please send that to me. That sounds hilarious. I mean, it's... like, yes, it is very PC, but you're right. It also... It's not kind of sugary sweet either. Like, it can be... It has a bit of an edge to it. It can have a bit of an edge to it.
I'm pretty sure it was, like, back in the 70s where we, like, didn't really give a shit about our kids, what they were watching on TV, because TV was still such a new thing. So
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
I mean, even when they released, like, old school Sesame Street on DVD, I mean, they had it written on the DVD like, these are not, you know, they had a warning on there that's like, these were not made with the intention of, you know, with today's preschoolers in mind. Because when they did Sesame Street, I mean, television was still kind of considered this newfangled thing. Still, like, I guess, back in, like, it was, like, 70s or some shit, so, it was back before there was, like, any sort of FCC regulations of what they could put on children's programming, and...
But that's why I think in some ways shows from that era, not just kids shows, but shows in general, are so great, because they're all experiments, you know, there's no formula, they haven't figured out the formula about what works and what doesn't.
Oh yeah, that was back before there was any sort of, like, oh, we should probably be nice to kids, you know? Like,
yeah,
it's really like getting yelled at.
Put air on their chest.
Things like, not everything on television was like, like focus groups, and, you know, they didn't have the kind of, you know, the formula of this is what this demographic likes, and this is what that demographic likes. They were all experiments, you know? Like, that's why you had such fucking awesome shows that didn't dumb down, like, not just Sesame Street, but things like The Twilight Zone, and, like... Yeah,
Twilight Zone.
I mean, to be fair, The Twilight Zone was not made for children, but...
No way.
talking about children's shows. I'm talking about TV in general.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess, like, kids would either get bored or really scared or confused. That's not for kids.
I'm talking about the fact that TV in general from that era was all an experiment because nothing had been focus grouped or they didn't kind of know what the formulas were yet for things that worked and things that didn't.
Yeah.
Interesting. Like, I love watching TV from that era. I think it's fascinating.
It is, because, like, from, like, the 70s and stuff like that, like, things were so different. Like, I think Sanford and Son was probably, like, you probably can't watch it fully now because I think it's censored on TV, but I think they said a lot of racial slurs, but they don't show it all, you know?
Yeah, I mean, and, like, Sanford...
Like they didn't care what they said it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it was based, actually, Sanford and Son, on a British show called Steptoe and Son, and, I mean, yeah, both shows, I mean, they were comedies, but they were really... I mean, they were tragic. They could be so bleak, in a way that I don't think comedies are in quite the same way now. Just unrelentingly bleak.
Wait, you said Sanford and Son is bleak?
Well, I mean, it's based on a British show called Steptoe and Steptoe and Son could be very, very bleak.
Okay, well, I mean, I suppose Sanford and Son could be a little bleak. I mean, they lived in, like, a dump.
And also, I mean, if it's anything like the show that it's based on, because Steptoe and Son, the whole premise is that the son character wants to kind of better himself. You know, he wants to get educated and he wants to live somewhere nicer and get married. And the father keeps pulling him back. And that's the kind of great sort of tragedy of it. I mean, did they just completely throw that concept out the window for the American one?
Well, I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not like, you know, I've seen every episode and shit like that. I've seen some. And, they sort of do that. Like, the son, like, he helps his dad with the business at the dump of, like, you know, selling antiques or junk. And, he does kind of want to better himself of, like, I mean, not like, you know, go to Harvard and become a doctor, but, like, he wants to, like, get out of there and get, like, a better job and stuff. And the dad, you know, through some wacky shenanigans, gets him back and have funny things happen. So, they kind of did that. Yeah, they kind of did that, but it wasn't depressing.
Yeah, that sounds very, very different to the English one. That's interesting.
I mean, it probably could be depressing if you really looked at it, you know, because, like, they lived in garbage. His wife, you know, the mother wasn't around because she died, and they had to, like, interact with the sister-in-law all the time, and, you know, Fred always hated her. But that was always funny because they would, like, go back and forth.
I'll have to watch it. That's really got me interested now, just in, like...
Yeah, it's a good show. It's pretty funny. Like, Red Fox is like he's like an idol to some people. Some people really like him. And, I mean, I never saw his stand-up. I just saw him on that show, but... Yeah, he's always funny. Like, my dad would like watching it. I think my grandma would watch it sometimes. It was pretty good for the time.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm interested. I'm gonna watch the two of them back to back and see how they compare.
Cool.
I actually just discovered like a load of old documentaries from the 50s. There's a show over here called Panorama. I think its closest counterpart would be something like 60 Minutes, but
okay.
It's I found a load of episodes on the BBC website that go back to like 1950. And there's one, it's a sort of World of Tomorrow style documentary about what life is going to be like in the year 2000. And
gosh.
I just watched the beginning of it last night, and a guy is saying, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if in the year 2000 people are able to live forever, to the point where, you know, because we have transplants and things, you have to ask for the right to die. So if you're someone that's valuable to society, you will have to ask for the right to die. And this
God.
Based
I mean, I think they are working on that shit, but, you know.
Yeah, but they thought...
It's not a commonplace thing yet. I don't really think it will be for a while.
I mean, I don't think...
They have to ask to die? That's fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it'll ever get to the point where... we figure out how people can actually live forever.
They have to become Highlanders.
Can I just say, my dog just dragged his butt across the floor, and I think it's like the funniest thing in the world when dogs drag their butts across the floor.
Oh my God, Greer, that's how we'll live forever.
What?
We have to drag our butts across the floor.
My dog just did it, and it was funny, and I had to
The
talk
dog's
about
gonna live
it.
forever. He's gonna outlive you. I hope that happens.
You've really lowered the intellectual tone here.
Yeah, what is life? How do we live forever? My dog just dragged his butt across the carpet.
You totally did, Greer, but I love it. I love it.
Butt across the floor. It was funny as shit.
Hey guys, it's like, hey guys, I think I might have found the cure for the cold. Hey guys, I think my cat just pooped in the litter box. It's really funny.
Looks like
That was
Abe
amazing.
Lincoln.
Abe Lincoln. Oh my God, you guys are so funny.
I'm done. I'm so done.
We watched. I showed you guys the big news story from last night. Not even a news story,
Yeah.
but it's just like a big
From
story. The Billboard Awards had a fucking Michael Jackson hologram last night, and it was pretty fucking awesome.
yeah, I didn't see it, but she sent before we recorded. She sent us YouTube videos of it, and you know, granted, YouTube doesn't have the best quality, but oh my God,
It was cool.
that looked amazing.
It was cool.
It looked incredible. I mean, it looked like you could reach out and touch it. I couldn't believe it.
Ew, don't do that.
Don't reach out and touch Michael Jackson.
Well, Michael
He'll
Jackson.
touch back.
Yeah,
You
don't.
guys know my Michael Jackson story, don't you?
Yeah, you told us
Yeah.
Jackson's story.
Yeah, I
You met Michael Jackson on accident.
fucking ace.
The
It's
greatest
so cool.
Michael Jackson story I've ever heard.
Natural History Museum. That's where you go if you want to meet Michael Jackson.
Well, like
That's
5
where
years
he's buried
ago.
right now.
No, maybe not now.
They'll probably like stuff him and put him in a museum someday or something.
That's the next place the hologram will turn up.
Yeah. I think they should totally send that hologram over to Captain EO, the Captain EO show in Disney. That would be awesome.
Actually, I think we had an interesting discussion about this. Of like, do you think that he would have approved of this?
Oh
And
yeah,
I-
like there are people there there are people right now who are like offended, they're jeering at it, they're like, no, why are you doing this to Michael? Just let him die. But it's like,
yeah, no, I think
this
it's
is
fine.
probably something he would have done when he was alive.
Yeah, I know, and I said not only would he have allowed it, he would have gotten on stage with the hologram and danced.
Like with Tupac, it's like weird. Like I don't know if Tupac would have wanted a hologram of himself. Who knows? But
yeah, and
like,
Elvis would
that
have
just
been
seems
like, what
such
the
a Michael Jackson thing to do. Let me make a hologram of myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, I think, yeah, it's different with Tupac. I think, you know, he was in some ways maybe a more serious artist, whereas,
Yeah.
not that Michael Jackson isn't fucking incredible, but I think it's a very Michael Jackson thing to do, because Michael Jackson was very eccentric.
Like that's probably in his will. Like if I die, please go on tour with a hologram of me. I want this many dancers.
I must admit I was a little freaked out by it, but it was amazing.
And it wasn't like Michael when he died either. Like it was like 90s Michael. Like it was like
Yeah.
black or white era Michael.
And I do love that, like, it was amazing, but think about this also, that, like, it would suck if you're one of the backup dancers, because, like, it's a hologram, but they had the effect.
Yeah, they were
and-
real dancers.
Yeah, real human backup dancers. So not only are you dancing against with a hologram, but you're dancing with a hologram that could dance circles around you.
Dancing with the hologram of the greatest dancer who ever lived.
Yeah, like, that's gotta really hurt the ego. I don't care how big your paycheck is,
Yeah.
that's gonna hurt.
Well, I mean, it is programmed to be that way. I mean, think of the guy who had to, like, program that thing and, like, you know, get all of his moves. Like, that must be weird, programming a hologram of a dead person. And
Yeah, but it looked like he kind of just got all of his classic basic moves. So it I don't know, it probably wasn't that hard.
I don't know. It's kind of like how I would probably feel weird if I worked, like, behind the scenes at Disney. Like, working with all the animatronics, like, when they're not on.
But that's an
Like,
interesting...
I feel like that would be, like, the worst job, like, because they're creepy and, like, you're around things that, you know,
And they
I don't
watch
know,
it.
like, I don't know why I made that comparison. They seem kind of similar.
But
They watch.
Do you get what I'm saying, though? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, kind of. I mean, but don't you think that brings up an interesting point? Like, I wonder how they actually did it. Like, I don't know how holograms work. Like, I would have thought that it wasn't like they were programming each individual move. I would have thought they were just using footage of, like, one piece of footage of Michael Jackson performing.
No, I mean, like, they would have to, they kind of, like, superimpose his realisticness on, like, I mean, I guess it would probably, you know, in a program, it's probably like a wireframe or a bunch of lines doing these moves, and then they would kind of, like, put his skin on top of it. Like, that's...
Ew.
Maybe.
Do you reckon that's how they... That's really interesting. I'm going to look up
Computers.
With science.
Hello with science. I'm fascinated. I really want to know how they do it.
Holograms are cool.
They said that, like,
It is the way of the future, you know, because they're talking about how, like, politicians, you know, like how in movies you see, like, politicians, you know, superimposing themselves in, you know, Russia or something, so they don't have to leave the White House, like, that, but that's actually going to be, like, a real thing happening soon, you know? Like,
Jesus,
like, if you're the Pope, and, you know, you need to be somewhere.
Yeah, he won't actually visit Philly. He'll have a hologram of him visiting Philly. He didn't have time for that.
Like, if you're a politician and you need to be somewhere, but you're like, oh, I have a lunch, you know, but you could just make a hologram of yourself and, like in fucking Star Wars or something, like with Leia or something. It's gonna be like that soon.
I think it would be better if they used it with dead people, because, like, I don't know, it just seems lame if you're gonna do it with, I mean, yeah, if you're a busy politician, you have other things to do, then yes. And I guess it's okay, but I don't know. It just seems weird.
That, and it's like, oh god, this is awesome. We should do this for when we have the, like, G8 or United Nations or something.
Oh, I should do this for my kid's softball game.
Do it.
I don't know. But yeah, they said they were gonna do more for, like, with other artists, like Elvis and Tupac, and, like, they were gonna have tours, I think. Are they still doing that?
I don't know. That would be cool, touring a Michael Jackson hologram.
Or Elvis?
I mean, they kind of already did, like in Japan, they have Hatsune Miku, who's a Vocaloid, and she's a hologram. She's just a hologram. And she sells out arenas.
Creepy.
It's awesome. I love Hatsune Miku.
But did she ever exist?
No. She's a computer
program. Do any of us exist?
But in her humanoid form, as a hologram, she goes on, like, arena tours, and she sells out arenas in everywhere, not just in Japan. Well, she'll go to the States and sell out fucking arenas.
But
wow,
presumably she's got a real, you know, there's a woman behind that who's doing all the singing.
No.
So, like, but I mean, she's a singer, isn't she?
She's a Vocaloid. Okay, no, I have to explain Vocaloid to you now, because Vocaloid is singing with a computer program.
So, like, Daft Punk.
No, it's like, if Microsoft, I'm gonna put it in, like, layman's terms. Like, if Microsoft Sam wanted to go on tour, like, that's Hatsune Miku, except with, like, a female voice, and it's Japanese, and it's actually awesome.
My goodness.
I have to get my friends in here who know more about Vocaloid than I do.
Would you guys ever go to a holographic concert?
Yes. Yes, I would.
I don't think
I've already wanted to go to Hatsune Miku a lot of times, so...
I think I'd be fascinated, but it's just interesting to me because... Well, no, I was thinking actually, like, I think of music as such a kind of... It should be such an inherently authentic thing, and that's, like, the height of inauthenticity. But at the same time, I guess if you're not going as a musical experience, if you're not going with that intention, but to go with the intention of it being a spectacle, like that I can understand.
So if you're going for, like, a musical perspective instead of, like, a scientific perspective or a curiosity perspective?
Well, I think the thing is like, I wouldn't go to it with a musical perspective, because to me, like, it seems like a very, very inauthentic way to create music and create a performance. But
yeah, that is a good point.
From a scientific perspective and from a technological perspective, I'm sure it's fascinating to watch.
I mean, like, I feel like with Michael Jackson, it's pretty cool because, again, I feel like this is something he would have done at some point.
And he did exist,
yeah,
you know?
He did. Yeah. I feel like, maybe Elvis Presley would have done this, maybe, if he knew the technology existed, maybe?
I don't know, maybe.
I don't know.
I think so that Michael Jackson was kind of I know a lot of
Like, if
celebrities.
they do it to, like, Kurt Cobain, like, that's where I have a problem, because I know that's something he would have never done
Yeah,
in a
exactly.
billion years.
I think
No.
Because he was so, like, anti-sellout and anti, like, that kind of stuff.
I think you can make a pretty good, like, approximate guess at who would be okay with it and who wouldn't.
Oh, yeah,
and-
like, Kurt Cobain, probably not. Most likely. I would put my money on saying that he would not want a hologram of himself
I
if
don't
he
think
died.
so.
Michael Jackson, definitely something he would have done while he was still alive.
Who else? Hey guys, let's brainstorm. Who other artists would be involved? What about Aaliyah? Aaliyah, I think Aaliyah would do that.
Aaliyah would be down, I think.
I think some
Oh
of
my
the
god, what if they did it with TLC? Like they got Left Eye?
Maybe, I don't know. They would have to depend on the other girls, like, because they kind of have say in TLC now, I guess.
Beyonce.
No, dead people. Let's talk about dead people.
Oh, dead people. Huh.
Well, Freddie Mercury.
I mean,
Yeah.
they've technically done a Freddie Mercury-esque hologram already, but
Oh, they did? Oh my god, that sounds epic.
yeah.
I didn't know that. When was this?
Well, I mean, at Queen concert, because I know this, because I'm keeping up so hard. When Queen did a European tour with Adam Lambert, during a couple songs, they had him up on the screen. They had Freddie up on the screen singing
Wow.
for a few things. But it wasn't a hologram. Like, he was up on a screen. But, I mean, it was still cool.
Yeah, I'd say that counts.
It was footage of him, and it looked like, if you squinted really hard, because it's up against, like, a black background, you're like, oh, that's Freddie, that's really cool. Like, if you squinted really hard. But, you know, I mean, they've kind of already done that. So, I don't see a full-size one coming anytime soon. Only because I don't know if he would be up for that. I have no idea, honestly. Freddie Mercury was such an anomaly of a person.
Yeah, I mean, it's very, like, I love Queen. Like, I legitimately, like, they're my favorite band.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Yeah, they really are. I think, like, I think the thing is they're so kind of extraordinary from an artistic perspective that I wouldn't like to take the chance that, like, it wouldn't be something Freddie would be okay with. And that's why, like, I kind of feel uncomfortable with stuff like We Will Rock You, because that is such a, like, big, hot corporate mess of a show. And
Oh, yeah,
You know-
the show, the We Will Rock You show.
We Will Rock
Wait,
You.
there's a show? I don't
It's
get
a
it.
West End. It's a West End musical. It's like a jukebox musical. A bit like something like Mamma Mia. With all the Queen
Or Rock
songs.
of Ages, or...
Yeah,
What?
yeah, like
that-
Rock of Ages or something like that. But it is the tackiest piece of shit.
Oh, really? Because that doesn't sound that bad. Hell, it sounds like something Greer would be all over.
Yeah.
I've heard of it, and I heard it's not great, but I feel like it'd be something fun to go to, but, you know.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm sure it is. It's just, I love them so much, and I would only want their stuff to be associated with something perfect.
Like Adam.
Yeah.
You
Like
know?
Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah, like Flash Gordon. Hell
Dude, they're fucking Adam and Queen's tour start, like, next month.
You haven't exploded yet?
No, I haven't, because I can't fucking go to any of them because everything's
get
too
you
far
there.
away.
Need to get you
No
there
one wants to come past, like, the Tennessee borderline.
Why don't you go on your own? You don't have to go with people.
No, I mean, like, I can't fucking, it's not even in, like, if you took this state and then took, like, 2 states from, like, a radius around us, like, they're not gonna be anywhere in there. Like, nowhere past, like,
That sucks.
like Louisiana and east and, like, North Carolina and south. Like, just that area, nothing.
I'm still trying to think of other people that could be holograms, but I'm drawing a blank.
So
Maybe the guy from Quiet Riot. that
Elvis
died.
Presley, that would be alright, but I don't know if he, you know.
I think he would be into it.
It's hard to say because he died so early, like so long ago that, like, the technology was not even, like, no one
But
was
I feel-
kind of thinking about that kind of technology in a real sense.
What if
But
they did it with the other two Beatles that died and then brought the other Beatles back?
Oh, like John Lennon. I don't know.
You know, John and George.
John Lennon, that's a tough one.
I definitely don't think that. Here's why I think the Elvis thing would be okay. Because, I mean, one, the hologram thing has actually existed in a really, really rudimentary form for years and years and years. And two, I think Elvis Presley, he was like a consummate performer. Like, I mean, it was about the music, but I think it was as much about who Elvis was and the kind of the experience of seeing Elvis perform.
It would also have to be like a really, really young Elvis Presley, because like if you go to like the last 5 years of his life when he was performing, he was just like gone. Like
Bloated.
He was fucking gone.
Bloated.
At Marlon Brando.
He was bloated. He was like obviously on lots of drugs. He was
depressed.
It was really sad. Like don't watch any performances he did for like the last 5 years of his life, because it's sad.
I don't actually know how old he was when he died.
It's like not that old.
Oh my god. Ronnie James Dio should be a hologram.
Dio would totally be up for that, I think.
That would be so epic.
Who is that?
Ronnie James Dio. Like, he's the guy who invented the metal sign, you know, where you stick your index finger and your pinky finger up. That devil horns thing.
Oh, wow.
He originated that, but he's also like he's this short little dude who has a voice like a powerhouse.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Yeah, he was great. Holy Diver? You ever hear that?
Mm-hmm. Elvis was 42 when he died, by the way.
Oh,
he was not that old.
Ronnie James Dio died recently, though, but
he died like 4 years ago, I think.
Yeah, but I could totally see him as a hologram. That would be the loudest hologram. Yeah.
But no, he was like a front. He had his band Dio. He fronted Black Sabbath for a while, I think.
Yeah.
I think, thinking about the Beatles, I think the Beatles would be cool with it. I think now they would. I don't think in the 60s.
Oh yeah, like when Paul McCartney was like, I think I've told this story before, but like my dad went to a Paul McCartney and the Wings concert when he was younger, and it was back before, I think it was after John Lennon died or something. I don't remember, but he said he went to a Paul McCartney and the Wings concert once, and he remembers Paul McCartney saying that like, if you're here to hear any Beatles songs, then you need to leave. But like now Paul McCartney is performing Hey Jude like wherever he goes.
Well, no, it just
does.
Yeah, like, he did it at the Summer Olympics when he was performing the closing ceremonies of the Summer Olympics. He did Hey Jude for like 15 minutes. Okay. Fucking Hey Jude. You know what I hate is when like older people complain about, oh, you know, today's songs are too repetitive. I'm like, fucking Hey Jude. It's na na na. It's like 8 minutes of that.
Yeah, I mean it's a good song.
It's a good song, but like if you're gonna say that like old like newer songs are the only songs that are repetitive, I'm like, if you fucking listen to Hey Jude, like, have you never heard that song in your entire life where it's just Hey Jude for 20 fucking hours?
Yeah, that's the thing. You said he played it for a long time, so no wonder it was more repetitive. Yeah. So, yeah.
I mean, I remember that the 2012 Summer Olympics. He performed. I think it was the closing ceremonies, and he did Hey Jude. He did a bunch of songs, but he also did Hey Jude at the very, very end. And it must have gone on for like 20 minutes. I swear.
Sometimes when you got a groove going, you just want to keep it going. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. I mean, and people love it.
Yeah, I love it.
But we, like, can I just say, like, in terms of being Olympics hosts, we snailed it. We were fucking awesome.
You guys were really good.
Nailed it.
Snailed it.
I almost, like, don't want to watch the one that's going to happen in Rio because I kind of know it's going to be a train wreck.
Well, nothing will ever, I mean, I'm sure something will eventually, but I think it'll be a long time before anything lives up to the awesomeness of
that's
London.
why everyone was watching Sochi, was because they were like, oh my god, this is such a train wreck. And it was for most of, like, for, like, the first week. It was like, what is happening? For, like, the second week, the second week it got better. But, like, for the first week, it was like, what the hell is going on? But, like, you guys were pretty much, like, consistent throughout. Like, for your opening video, I mean, you had James Bond and the Corgis and the Queen.
Oh, God.
What are you guys talking about?
The London Olympics 2 years ago.
The big opening.
It was awesome. You guys had an awesome opening ceremony. Russia's was just creepy, but, like...
Georgia, you have got to watch the opening ceremony for the London Olympics. They are shit hot.
Well, you can send me a link if you want.
It was awesome. It's like an hour and a half long, but...
Yeah, if you've got an hour and a half, then that's how you should be spending it.
Russell Brand there somewhere. They had Doctor Who for like a second. Guy who invented the internet, and like it was awesome.
Like, I mean, whoever was performing, like, I take my hat off to them because that was a beautifully orchestrated performance.
It was
like, and it could have gone
the
so.
Spice Girls, fucking.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Was that the opening or the closing ceremonies, actually?
Opening ceremony.
Yeah. It was cool. The Queen was there looking very, very bored. Had everything.
Oh, wait, I saw that because, Fran, you posted a picture of, like, the Queen just being all, like, nonchalant and whatever.
This is our leader, everyone.
Typical Thursday.
No, that wasn't at the Olympics. That was her looking bored. She was in the Radio 1 Live Lounge, which is like, Radio 1 is basically like the kind of cool radio station, and like the Live Lounge is where bands come and perform like acoustic live sets. So she was in the Radio 1 Live Lounge listening to like, it was someone like One Direction doing an acoustic set, and she just she looked so pissed off. It was brilliant.
That's great.
It was amazing.
No, but she looked bored at the Olympics too. They kept cutting back to her, and she was like, yeah.
Well, she's the Queen. She has better things to do, like have tea and crumpets with her dog.
Yeah, and like just be old. Like she's old. You know, of course she's bored. Like, I mean, honestly, like I work at an old people's home, and they're grumpy. Sometimes old people are really, really grumpy.
The Queen is very grumpy.
Oh.
But you know what? It's weird because I've always heard that like she has a good sense of humor or whatever. And
yeah, I'm sure. I think she probably does.
Yeah, the opening ceremony is like 4 hours long.
Holy cow!
The whole thing is on YouTube, by the way. It is 4 hours long because like they have to have the athletes parade, which is already like an hour and a half long, and then like they're like the fireworks, and then there has to be like dancing, and there's like. I think, like, they put Monty Python in there for a few minutes. Like, oh my god, they had Rowan Atkinson on there, which was really funny. They had Mr. Bean.
Yeah, that's great.
You had me at Monty Python.
Yep. They had James Bond and the Queen, like, Daniel Craig and the fucking Queen. You know, and then Daniel Craig gets on a boat and then parachutes in. It was awesome. Fucking Queen performed with Jessie J. I was all over that. I watched that entire thing. It was...
Jessie J's just a pop star over here.
But she's great. She's great, though.
She sings, "It's not about the money, money, money."
She's in the price tag song.
Oh, wow. I haven't heard that in
She's
a while.
awesome.
Yeah.
Like, if you listen to, like, her acoustic shit, like, she can belt. She is awesome.
I saw a clip of her at Glastonbury, and she had a broken leg, and she was in a wheelchair, and what I thought was really cool was that she got a little girl from the audience and got her to perform the set with her, and it was like, it was amazing because the little girl was brilliant, and like the fact that she made it about the little girl and let the little girl like have her moment instead of making it about her, like I thought that was damn fun. CJ, damn fine work. And what annoys me is that it's a really, really fun song, price tag, and people are like, oh, but it's so hypocritical because she's a rich pop star, and it's like, yeah, I know, but it's a fun song, you know, I've got no problem with that.
She has a song on her album called Do It Like a Dude, and it's the greatest.
What the hell?
The best song. It is
I haven't heard that
the greatest song to get down to ever. If you want to be in a good mood, listen to that song.
I've got to go, guys, is that alright?
Yes.
Yeah,
we have been recording for a while.
We need to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Cool.
I will send you, I'm going to, that classic Sesame Street clip with Kermit and Cookie Monster. Let me send this to you. Just watch it.
I've got more Twin Peaks to watch.
Just watch it once we end it. What else, what do we got? Facebook? We have that. Subscribe and comment and like and tell us what you want to hear. And
yeah, You never do, by the way, people. Come on.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
Please.
Please give us feedback. I don't know what anyone likes. I don't know.
I want to quickly mention that if you want a quick laugh, go to Film Brain's Twitter account and scroll down to him posting about how he got shampoo in his eye and couldn't film all day.
Oh my god.
All day? Jeez, how much shampoo did he get?
Oh my god. I'm going to that right now.
Basically, he got shampoo in his eye, and his eye, apparently, according to his Twitter, was so red and puffed up that he couldn't film all day.
Oh my god.
Right.
How long ago? Just like,
I think about maybe a day or two ago.
oh god.
It's funny as shit. Like, I pissed myself when I saw it.
Of course you did.
Hold on, let me see. Let me find it. I do see a tweet. To punish myself for being an idiot, I'm going to sit through The Love Guru again. Next tweet a few hours later. The Love Guru, just as punishing as it was the last time, except now I saw it on Blu-ray.
Great.
Oh my god.
Can you read the tweet about the shampoo
Yes.
in a British sense?
No, I'm not gonna read it in French. I'm so angry at myself. I was looking forward to filming today when I got a big wad of shampoo in my eye, so it looks red and puffy. If you notice it on camera too, just going to hope it goes down to film Bad Movie Beatdown tomorrow. I'm a total idiot. I hate to say day ruined, but yeah, that was my whole day.
Oh, poor guy.
Poor grouchy Film Brain. On that note, he's like Grumpy Cat. On that note, I have nothing more to add.
Yes.
Yes. Indeed.
Alright, goodbye everyone. I'm gonna go.
Goodbye, suck. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
No!